then you got Michael Jackson, the whole Leaving Neverland documentary.
Right.
You haven't watched it, but I just finished watching it.
No, I haven't watched it.
You're a
I
Michael.
don't watch stuff like that, Vlad.
You don't watch
because,
it?
No, because it's like, for one, in this situation, Michael Jackson been gone for a minute now.
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. And what relief are these two people really seeking right now, other than, having a story brought out for the world to be reminded of?
Well, I saw it, and this is my take. They went into very graphic, like gay sex stories between them and Michael. He did this and that and put this and that and everything else like that. And it was established that these two boys, who were boys at the time, spent a lot of time with Michael. They have pictures, they have faxes, they have stories from different family members. All that seems to add up, some phone recorded conversations. We'll never know what really happened behind closed doors between Michael and those 7-year-old boys. But we do know that both of them filed $100 million lawsuits that were both thrown out, and they're now appealing. So there is a huge money motivation for these two young men.
Yeah.
To do it. Neither one of them seemed very successful on their own.
Right.
One of them had a little bit of a career as a choreographer and worked with some artists or whatever else, but it seems like both of them really aren't making very much money now, and they're trying to cash out.
Right,
is what I think.
That's what I would think too, because it's really, you can't get any answers from Michael about, why did you do this to me, and I want to expose you to the world, what you did, and all. He can't even defend himself, and I think that's kind of like an instrument for sensationalism right now. Just to keep knock legends down, man. Especially in the black world, man. Not saying he was innocent or nothing like that, but even black people do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I do the not guilty, until proven guilty. You know what I mean? And he wasn't proven guilty.
Well, he was proven not guilty in a court of law.
Yes, he was.
In a criminal court of law, and the civil lawsuits he all settled, ultimately. But he did beat his criminal case.
Yeah. And you can see that as, I don't want my name drugged through the mud. I got world tours to do and all this. So here, take this shut up gag order. Let me go on about my business. I ain't messing with no more kids. Or, look, man, I know y'all going to get me on this one, so here, take the money. Who knows? I don't know. So, I'm not going to indulge in that kind of, ooh, what'd he do? Ooh, I can't get into that because I got too much shit going on with Trey Deee. You feel me?
Yeah, and you also have to think like, well, you're actually kind of an interesting person to ask about this. Michael Jackson was the most famous human being, I think, since maybe Jesus or something like that.
I would agree.
Like
man,
really.
That's dope that you should say that, because that's the truth. And a lot of people don't know that to this day that's probably watching this.
Yeah, like
no one has been bigger than Michael Jackson.
Yeah, because you could go back.
Jesus.
I mean, George Washington, Abe Lincoln, various kings.
John Kennedy,
the Beatles.
Yeah.
Elvis Presley. Yeah, Michael was bigger than all of them.
Yes, he was.
All of them.
Yeah.
So you were next to Snoop a lot, who is not Michael Jackson level, but was definitely up there.
Yeah,
in fame.
He's a big musical icon.
A big figure that is not just hip hop anymore. He's doing Martha Stewart shit and whatever else.
Talk shows.
Yeah. Being around Snoop, did you see that how the rules for Snoop didn't really apply? He don't live by the same set of rules as everybody else.
You damn right he don't. Shit. Yeah, I saw that everywhere we went,
Give me some examples.
Well, we would go to the mall before we would go do a show, and certain stores they lock the door, and it'd just be like, okay, Snoop, we be 15, 20 deep. It'd be like, okay, Snoop, whatever you want, man, just get it. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it, this, that, and the other. And
He'll go to stores, just grab whatever he wants.
pretty much. Or, they give them great discounts and things of this nature. And we went to Amsterdam one time, and about 30, 40 people actually chased the tour bus for about like 6 or 7 blocks. And I thought that was amazing. It was my first time in Amsterdam too, and they saw us come out the cafe, and they saw Snoop, and the word went out, and everybody just flooded. And it's just everywhere we go. He's a superstar. So, to be on that level, Mike was 10 times, 20 times that.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, Mike was more famous than the Pope.
Yes.
More famous than any world leader, any scientist.
Yes.
More famous than Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Way more famous than Michael Jordan.
Yes.
And now Michael Jordan's like the most famous person on earth, pretty much, after Michael died.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
that Michael line,
Michael's functioning on a level that none of us can really even comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
So all the weird shit he did.
Alleged to have done.
Alleged. Well, that's what I'm saying. Whatever he did, no one could really check him. No one could tell Mike, this is a bad idea. Don't do this.
Like, you don't think Quincy could have told him that?
He stopped fucking with Quincy. All
who
that
was he
shit.
fucking without the Quincy?
That was the thing. I had heard that Quincy Jones stopped fucking with Michael because Michael was trying to produce his own shit. And Quincy was like, all right, well, then go do your own shit then, motherfucker.
Right.
And that was it.
Right.
Quincy did.
That's a Quincy
they did Off the Wall, Thriller. I think he did Bad, right?
Yeah, I believe he did.
After Bad, Mike was just fucking. He was fucking with R. Kelly.
What?
Yeah. You Were Not Alone. That's all R.
Yeah,
Kelly.
he did. Yeah, he
that
did.
shit.
Right. Yeah, he did.
He was fucking with Black Child. He was fucking with a bunch of different producers. Mm-hmm. Really, yeah. Once Quincy, all the
Didn't
weird
Bad
shits.
come out before Thriller?
No, Thriller then
Thriller
Bad.
then Bad?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Off the Wall, Thriller then Bad.
Yeah. Bad sold like a mug.
Yeah, that's
Thriller,
what I'm saying.
it wasn't nothing like Thriller. Thriller was.
Yeah, which I think was Michael Jackson's greatest album ever.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I agree.
People try to say
I
Off
agree.
the
I saw
Wall.
when Jermaine said that. Yeah, I saw it.
Tito.
Tito,
Tito
yeah, I
said
saw
that, yeah.
Tito said that.
Yeah, people try to say Off the Wall is better. I'm like, whatever.
No, probably a different, probably a different caliber of people say Off the Wall was better because that kind of appealed to a different
demographic.
The different demographic. Thank you.
Well, Michael Jackson basically felt untouchable until they cuffed him up and mugshotted him. And remember when he got arrested, there was that mugshot? You never seen the Michael Jackson mugshot?
I probably did. I just don't remember it. I didn't know that was a mug shot.
Yeah, that's a mugshot. Yeah, I'll even show you the whole thing. Santa Barbara Sheriff's Department.
Right.
Make it official. Because Neverland Ranch was right there in Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Yeah, you basically feel untouchable until the U.S. comes in and cuffs you up and throws you in a cell and says, hey, motherfucker.
Ask Takashi.
As famous as you think you are, we don't give much of a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, because I guess one of the boys had described, that was accusing him of pedophilia, I guess described his penis or something. I guess drew it out, so they actually made him strip and took photos of his penis and stuff like that. He actually talked about that in a video.
Humiliation.
You never seen the video of him talking about it? Hold on. Michael Jackson defending.
That was his lawyer speech.
I mean, yeah, someone wrote. Someone wrote that for him.
Come on.
Well, anyways, it was just kind of interesting where you're untouchable, you're worth hundreds of millions, whatever else. They'll cuff you up and throw you in jail, just like.
But he never moved like that. You know what I'm saying? He never moved like, you can't touch me. People was fainting when they seen Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? He just smiled. People was fainting. He never was an arrogant superstar.
Yeah, but
You know, so
you're rolling around with young kids. You're
yeah, I
rolling
mean,
around with 7, 10, 12 year olds. Like you're literally walking the streets with them. They're coming over and spending the night at your house.
yeah, you built the ranch for them. I mean, what
Yeah,
they
you
say
you
at
built a damn amusement park to attract them. Like I'm sure a number of
he
people
had too
said,
much of an affinity for kids. I would agree with
well,
that.
and that's what I'm saying, that he was so famous that he was just like, I like having kids around. And someone probably said, Mike, this is a bad idea. But I like, I'm Michael Jackson. Who the fuck you?
But to have them around like that and be sexually abusing them is like, I mean, I guess why would you have them around all the time? You want to be a kid that bad? I don't get it. I don't get the whole get down, but like I say, man,
You know what I understand either is that, I mean, I guess he had, well, his siblings were all a bit older because some of his
except
like
Randy.
nieces and
Randy and
nephews,
Janet was younger.
yeah, yeah, but I'm saying, but like most of his brothers were older.
Mm-hmm.
They started having kids because one of Michael Jackson's nephew, was saying, "Oh yeah, I used to go to Michael Jackson's house and we used to all play and stuff like that." If you had your nieces and nephews around, no one would say shit. But you had a bunch of random white kids just like
Crazy.
from
Ridiculous.
Australia
I
and shit
didn't
like
get it.
that.
I'm not acting like I understood it. I didn't get it myself.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, you are so you are so much bigger than any other human being since Jesus that you're just doing whatever the fuck you want and not listening to
He
anybody and
should have
just
had people advise him against that. He really should have. He should have, regardless if that's what he told. He should have had, okay, I'm gonna open the ranch and I'm gonna be the conductor, once a month or something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
it'll be
But
like a
yeah,
little
just
monthly thing.
yeah, just and then, but if he was on some pedophile stuff, that would have been wrong too. Still, no matter how infrequent you did it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you like being around kids with no ulterior motive, then he could have still handled that differently where, he couldn't have had those aspersions cast on him by inviting a lot of kids out to functions and doing stuff like that, but not where you sleeping with kids and you're a grown man and this, that, and that. That's what made the whole thing look bad, you know.
Yeah, the parents would literally leave for like a week at a time and leave their kids there with him. At one point, he asked, according to the documentary, he asked one of the mothers if he can
I'm
keep.
not leaving my kids with Michael Jackson like I
Yeah,
wouldn't
well,
leave them with R. Kelly. I'm not leaving my kids with Michael Jackson either.
right.
I don't care if he Michael Jackson. My kid, I'm not leaving my kid for a week. You don't know me. They didn't grow up calling you Uncle Michael. None of that. Just
Even
oh,
then,
Mike want kids around. Come on, okay, you're gonna be here. Okay, we're going to Ohio for a week, and we'll come on. I'm not leaving my kid, and I'm not leaving my kid with nobody
I
for no
feel you.
week.
I feel you. Fuck those parents, man. I hope those
Yeah.
parents all go to prison along with whatever the fuck happens.